name Alice. She was no bigger than a minute, but she could yell louder than anybody. Our third baby was stillborn. My fourth was Mark. He was dark and slender and smart as a whip.
Begin by boiling in a quart of water.
Secret drawer.
1 tablespoon clip sweet, 1 tablespoon pennyroyal. Let it boil for 15 minutes.
Dear Mabel Louise, another Durham came into the world last month. We named this one Robert Burns Durham. Little Robert gave me quite a scare being born. Andrew was gone logging and it was a howling norther outside. I broke water and was having too much pain, feeling that baby with my hands. I knew for certain it was going to breach. I put the kids to bed to keep warm and told the older ones to keep the fire going no matter what. And I got a little room tacked onto the mat and got in there under my quilt. So Lord, as I prayed for Andrew to come back. He came blowing in that night. Said he just had a feeling. I was never so glad to see anyone. He pulled that baby out.
Our fifth baby was Jane. She was our first girl, and the apple of her daddy's eye. Our sixth was Betty. Oh, what a little scamp she was.
My seventh we named Benjamin. He was named after his granddaddy for his pretty wavy hair. Eighth after Benjamin came Nan. She was always a quiet one.
Add a cup of quinine and continue boiling for 5 minutes.
Dear Harriet, it seems like it's been one baby after another. I'm pregnant with number 8 and wondering how we will ever get along with another one. It's like Mama always used to say, I wouldn't take $1 million for any of my kids, but I wouldn't give a nickel for another one.
Number 9 was Daniel. He was born during the drought and didn't get a proper bath until he was walking.
Our ninth died. He was just 10 days old. The cholera. 10 and 11 were the twins.
Remove from the fire and add 1/8 teaspoon of iron sulfate.
Dear Mabel Louise, the children are all finally asleep, so I'm sitting down to write before I go to sleep myself. The children are keeping me busy all the time. Luckily, there is not another one on the way. I'm awful afraid of getting pregnant again, and that's put a strain on things between me and Andrew.
The 11th was Margaret. That baby arrived almost a month early. Gave us quite a scare.
Take a handful of human hair, snip it into small pieces. When swallowed, these will bring on stomach contractions.
Dearest sister, it seems like we'll be expecting our 12th child this winter, and frankly, I don't know what to do or where to turn. I went to see the doctor to ask him for help.
Mabel Louise, sure they are pregnant again, but you didn't come all this way just for me to tell you.
Dr. Blake, please, this will be number 12 for Caleb and me, and I'm almost 35 years old. The last one laid me up for 2 solid months after the birth. I'm scared to have another one. Caleb needs me well and strong, and if I should have to take to bed again after the birth, or if I die, I don't know what will happen to my family. Doctor, I'm asking for your help.
Look, I sympathize with your situation. But if you're asking me what I think you're asking, you know I can. My oath forbids me taking a life.
I'm scared for my life and the lives of my children if you don't help me. Please, doctor, I am begging you now for relief. Please.
Look, I'm gonna forgive we ever had this conversation. I hope you do the same. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do.
My 12th was Ellie.
Miscarried. 13th came Alan. My 14th was Matt.
Miscarried.
My 15th was Luke. 16th was Samuel.
Miscarried.
Miscarried.
Dear Mabel Louise, I have come across a recipe that I hope will be the answer to our prayers. A woman I know of knows another woman who has used it herself. My friend guarantees it will relieve you of your problem. The ingredients are simple and I hope available to you. When you have followed proposed recipe.
Stir the hair into the mixture.
When it has cooled, you must drink the whole thing down at once. The taste is unpleasant, but you must drink it all. My friend tells me that you are likely to feel quite uncomfortable for a time, but it should all be over in a few hours. You should have time enough after putting Caleb and the children to bed. I wish I could be with you, my darling sister. I hate to think of you carrying this burden alone. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Your loving